Hi everyone, we are from Tutorial 3, Group 4. My name is Tong Bingbing, and in this project, we investigated how Grab's pricing algorithm may lead to potential market failure. Grab is one of the most widely used e-hailing services in Malaysia, but many users, including us, have experienced confusing price fluctuation. These changes often feel unfair and inconsistent, especially during peak hours. So we ask a key question: is this pricing algorithm truly fair? Who actually benefits and who pays the cost? Our research aims to find out whether Grab's dynamic pricing system creates negative outcomes for users, so information asymmetry, platform dominance, or loss of consumer welfare. We collected real-time data and conducted interviews to explore these issues and propose policy suggestions.
Let's begin with the problem statement. Grab, being a dominant ride-hailing platform in Southeast Asia, demonstrates how digital platform can lead to market failure despite offering convenience. The root cause is its dynamic pricing system. While this system is designed to balance supply and demand, it often leads to inflated fares, especially when the users don't have clear alternative or real-time pricing comparison. Now, how exactly does Grab illustrate market failure? First, consumers lack real-time pricing comparisons, so they don't understand what influences the fare that they are charged. Second, consumers often end up paying more than what they are actually willing to pay, especially during peak times or emergency. And third, limited alternatives allow Grab to set prices higher than a truly competitive market would allow. This ultimately reduces overall societal welfare, which is the textbook definition of market failure. Now, let's connect this to microeconomic concepts. There are three main concepts at play. First, it's information asymmetry. Consumers often lack real-time or transparent pricing information. For instance, during peak hours or rainy days, users may not know if cheaper services like Maxim or taxis are available, which leaves them vulnerable to high Grab fare. Secondly, we see a decline in consumer surplus. Grab surge pricing means the fare might exceed what a consumer is willing to pay. Say someone is okay with paying 10 ringgit for a ride, but due to surge pricing, they are charged with Rm 15 ringgit. The 5 ringgit difference represents the lost value, and when this happens on a large scale, it reduces total welfare. Thirdly, it's market power. In smaller towns or during late hours, Grab is often the only available option. Its dominance means less competitive measure, allowing them to raise prices with minimal fear of losing customers. All these concepts tie back to the inefficiencies of the current market structure.
Hi, I'm Bing. Let's continue. For methodology, we selected two routes, UIM to KL Gateway and UIM to KL Pavilion, representing short and long-distance trips. Data was collected at 6 fixed times from morning to midnight on both Tuesday and Saturday. We used an old and a new Grab account to compare pricing differences. For each case, we recorded the estimated fare and the arrival time. In total, we collected 48 screenshots to observe how price varies by time, route, and user profile. This slide shows the line graphs for both routes, UIM to KL Gateway and UIM to Pavilion, across Tuesday and Saturday. As we can see, the Pavilion route shows a dramatic price surge during the evening hours on Saturday. For example, at 5 p.m., the fare for old accounts peaked at 47.38 ringgit, while new accounts paid slightly less at 44.29 ringgit. In contrast, the gateway route remained relatively stable, with the price rarely exceeding 13 ringgit. This clear divergence suggests that Grab's pricing algorithm behaves differently based on destination, time, and the possibility even account type. Our data shows 4 key insights. First, Pavilion fares spike sharply on Saturday evenings, while Gateway stays stable. Second, new accounts often get lower prices than old ones, suggesting account-based price targeting. Third, price jumps are not always tied to traffic or distance. This may reflect algorithm pricing manipulation, not just supply and demand.
Hello everyone, I'm Ornila and today I have with me Abida. She's a student from University Malaya. So Abida, I'll be interviewing you regarding the Grab app, the e-hailing service. So my first question to you is, have you noticed any changes in the Grab prices on the different times of the day or locations?
Yes, during the peak hour it changes a lot, and based on the traffic, it changes a lot. Yes, I would say the same.
So, do you think Grab prices are fair? Why or why not? You think like that?
Yeah, sometimes it's fair, but most of the time I would say it's unfair depending on the rush hour and traffic and location. Sometimes the prices are too high, which is, I would say, not fair.
So, what improvements would you like to see in the Grab app or in its pricing system?
Okay, as a customer, I would say that the pricing, I would love or like to had a breakdown of the pricing so that I get a clear idea why the prices are high or what's the deal going on. And then about the app, I would say that they can improve the thing about the location, and also regarding communication, the Grab driver could be a little bit more cordial.
Okay, thank you for joining with us.
How many times a day do you use Grab?
Twice a day.
What improvements would you like to suggest?
I want to know the different prices at different times.
And do you notice any price differences if you travel at the same location but different time?
Yes, in raining time and in a crowded area.
Times a day do you use Grab?
I usually use it twice a day.
And do you notice any price differences if you travel from the same location but at a different time?
Yes, I've noticed that the prices usually rise up when it's raining or in a crowded place.
What improvements would you like to make?
I would like to be knowing why am I paying this much of money.
We talked to 4Grab users to learn about their experience with the pricing. They all said prices go up during rush hours, rainy weathers, and in busy places like KL Central. Most felt the prices were unclear and sometimes unfair. They suggested that Grab should show simple breakdown of the fares and let users see past prices. Grab changes prices depending on demand. This is called price discrimination, but users don't know how pricing system works, which makes it feel unclear and confusing. If the information was more simple, people would understand their choices better, feel more sure about using the app, and make smarter decisions.
Finally, let's take a look at the solutions. These are 3 key policy recommendations to address this failure. First, we propose enhancing algorithm transparency. Platforms like Grab should disclose how prices are calculated or at least explain when and why price surges happen. This would help reduce information asymmetry, giving consumers better understanding and control. Second, we recommend introducing government regulation and price monitoring. Authorities can track fare patterns, especially during public holidays or emergency, and this impose price ceiling when needed. This prevents algorithmic abuse and protect consumers from predatory pricing. Third, we need to support the market alternative and competition. These can include promoting local ride-hailing like apps like MyCar or AirAsia, and integrating public transport or carpooling options. More choices mean better pricing and less monopoly power. Together, these strategies help restore the balance and fairness in the ride-hailing market.
These are the conclusions that we came up to after user interviews and our own research. Firstly, Grab's dynamic pricing system shows signs of market failure, especially through information asymmetry and price inconsistency. Secondly, price comparisons and user interviews have revealed the cost distribution is not okay to them, and it does not keep consumer welfare as their prime motive. Rather, profit is their prime motive. And in that case, consumer welfare is being reduced. The platform may benefit disproportionately at the expense of users. Lastly, to ensure fairness, transparency, and accountability and user protection uh, are essential in algorithm driven markets.